You should always wear safety gear. Safety first. I wouldn't want to bunk my head now. Hopefully you had fun running around. Serves you right for forgetting the GoPros. Hey there, fellas. So here's what we have in mind for today. This is gonna be so much fun. You see this thing I have right here? If I can just do a bit of show and tell. So I watched a couple of videos on YouTube where people would take cars that aren't exactly what you'd call powerful and do some summertime drifting. Some of the cars used were even front-wheel drive. I've seen people do the same thing with tricycles. They'd take some plastic tubing like we have here. This is some quality stuff, by the way. So they'd use it to cut out a few rings, which they then attach to their wheels, and given that plastic won't give you a ton of grip, this allows you to simulate a sort of winter drifting situation. It wasn't an easy task to find the appropriate size tubing in our town. Not a lot of people buy this stuff around here. But I was able to source this bit. It's the correct diameter on the outside, although the inner diameter is a bit too small. I mean, the wall is pretty thick at 50 mil. We tried looking for 25 to 30 mil tubing, and even 20. But we couldn't find any in our parts. We'll have to fabricate something out of this and just see what happens. After we put everything together, I'm keen on making it to the test track, installing some wheels with plastic rims on them, and doing some hardcore drifting. Right, enough talk. Let's do this. Drifting on wheels with plastic rims. Translation and voiceover by BMI Russian. Okay guys, so here's the situation. We tried our best to fit the plastic rim onto the wheel, but it just wasn't happening. The inner diameter is too small, the wall's too thick. So we're paying a visit to some lathe operators. And now we get to chopping up the tube and removing any excess material from the inner wall. We'll be increasing the inner diameter by about 50 to 60 mil, which is exactly the amount we need. Right, let's place the tubing, grind it down, and then go try to make everything fit together. Let's do this. All right, guys. We've delivered this rim back to home base, and here we have the wheel. Now we just let out all the air. Basically same story as last time. Hopefully this rim fits. Okay, let's get to it. Here's what we're looking at. I guess it worked out okay. The inner diameter is still a bit lacking, but at least we were able to get it on and inflate the tire. Though the wheel didn't straighten out all the way. I mean the tire itself. But whatever, it's not that bad. What matters is that it's enough to keep the rim in place. Okay, so now we do the same thing to a few more wheels. And then we go have some fun. See what comes out of all of this. Let's do this. Alright, fellas, we are ready for some action. Over there we have the wheels. It's all looking good. You've seen us use this lot many times before. Alright, so now we get to mounting the wheels. You can see that we have a second car. We will need a pair of them to make this a bit more interesting. You've seen this car before. It's a gift from Sergei Remezov. You might remember there being a humongous subwoofer in that thing's roof. Alright, time to mount the wheels and go for a drive. Let's do this. Alright, fellas, we've got them installed. Everything's good. Okay, so it's high time for me to fire up the engine. I'm not going to be doing donuts straight away, since I don't know how this is all going to behave. I wouldn't want the tires to come off. I mean, talk about a buzzkill. Right, let's go do a quick test. We're actually looking pretty good. It goes nicely in a straight line, just as we expected. We have grip, well, a bit of grip anyway, but we don't have traction. That's the perfect combination. It's a bit like driving around during the winter. We could go for a bit of sideways action. We have two cars, so yeah, let's try something out. At the very least, we could just smash them against each other. Let's do this. We have absolutely no grip, fellas. Admittedly, this is pretty cool. You should definitely give it a try. Okay, so they've set up a figure 8 configuration for us. Let's try navigating it. What the hell just happened? Oh, for God's sake. Let's keep going. It seems to be dislodged. Yeah, the tire's scalloped. We had a great time here. I actually wasn't expecting it to go down like that. I don't even know what to say. We should make this into a tournament. I have to say, guys, after going for a round like that in the summer, it feels like even if you had 15 or 20 horsepower, it'd still drift. It'd still drift with zero issues. Seriously, guys, we should make this into a tournament. A summer drifting tournament on wheels with plastic rims. And a bunch of Ladas. Doesn't make a difference. You could gather Ladas, Volgas, any sort of rear-wheel drive car would do. It's a lot like winter drifting. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. We could experiment a bit with the width. The width, yeah. Make the rims slightly wider, for the sake of longevity. Yeah. So these rims had a width of 90 millimeters. I think we can bring that up to 120 or 130. That actually might give us a bit more traction. Probably not. That was actually quite a bit of fun, fellas. I liked it. Big thanks to Vladimir, of course. We had a good time out there. We almost even did a successful tandem drift. Doesn't matter that we smashed the rear light and the fender. Otherwise, we did quite well. That's all we have for you guys. Try it out for yourselves. It's actually a ton of fun. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and to our second channel as well, which is hosted by Vladimir. Don't forget that we have a VK page and an Instagram account. That's all I have for you. Catch you guys later.